Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be talking about the Washington Commanders minicamp, which starts tomorrow, everything you need to know about it, and some of the guys that reported to media today, and some of those clips, including Chase Young. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell. Around 50 subscribers away from 11,000. It takes 1 second, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could do that. Also, check out Manta Sleep, link in the description, use code HTTC. Alright, so this will probably be a quick video, but just want to go over some things for mini camp, some things to watch out for, and some guys that I'm excited to see, and some other stuff as well. So mini camp does start tomorrow, June 6th, and the media will be there, and it'll be 3 days, and usually, they call off after the second day and let the guys go home early. But this year, and Kym's talked about it a lot on his podcast, he thinks they'll do the full 3 days because first, the OTAs got cut short because they were, too many hits last year, so they lost a week this year. And also, they're learning a new offense, so they need all of the work they can get. And it's unfortunate they lost that week of OTAs because they need it, but it is what it is. You can't really control what you did in the past. You got to, worry about the future and the present, of course. And, that's what they're doing, and they'll probably use that extra day. And this is really kind of the first time where the media will be there consistently, because the first 2 sessions of OTAs, or the first 2 weeks of OTAs, the media was there 1 out of the 3 days. So now they're going to be there for 3 days straight, and you're going to get, I feel like more reporting in terms of like, okay, we saw how Sam Howell did his first day, then his second day, and his third day versus, okay, we saw him 1 day out of the week. So I think that's going to help us get a lot, better idea of how Sam Howell is doing and how some of the other guys are doing as well, because we really haven't, we've heard some reporting on the main guys, and some guys have been making splash plays, like obviously Sam Howell, Cole Turner, a little bit of Jahan and Terry, and some of the running backs, but really that's it. Like offensive line, it's harder to tell until you get into training camp and stuff when they put the pads on, but still we haven't heard much about them. Some of the more like De'Ami Brown, haven't heard much about him, guys like that. So I think over a 3-day period, you'll start to hear more about them, and that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. And yeah, that's kind of it there. We'll get into some things looking to specifically hear about in a little bit. But let's go over some of the guys that reported today for Media Day. Chase Young was in the building. Montez Sweat and Charles Leno were there too. And like, Kym says, no surprise. But good to see Chase Young in there. Again, though, we'll see how he plays this year. That's really all I care about. Like, would have liked him to be there for OTAs, yeah. But if he performed, it's fine. It's fine.
CY99, man, checking in for Media Day. Yes, sir.
So there's Chase Young, looks the same as he usually does, and just reporting there for Media Day, getting their pictures, and doing some videos and stuff for the team, and some like gifts so that they can post throughout the season. And yeah, that's Chase right there. You got Curtis Samuel with the new number 4 right there. You see him talking.
Hey, this Curtis Samuel. Y'all know what it is. Hey, this 4 looking nice on me. Got to take it back to the college days. Let's do it. 10 is done. 4 we back. Let's do it.
So there you go, Curtis Samuel talking a little bit his new number. Originally, I didn't really like it that much, but I do like the single digits, and I wish someone would use 0. I don't think anyone has 0 for the Commanders. Would be nice if someone would use it. I think Brian Robinson would look good at number 0. Or, I think a running back with 0 would be hard, but a receiver would be okay as well. But that's, number 4 is solid for Curtis Samuel. We'll see if eventually someone does take number 0. And yeah, real quick word from our sponsor. And huge shout out to Manta Sleep for sponsoring this video. They make the best sleep masks in the world. They have a bunch of different types that can change temperatures, that can change the sound that you're listening to when you're going to bed and when you're waking up. I've been using it for the last month or so, and it's done wonders for my sleep. My sleep has improved drastically. I've been getting good quality sleep whenever I'm having a tough time sleeping. I just put the mask on and go to bed, and it's great. So check them out. Use code HTTC for 10% off. And we back, and this is the second time I'm recording this. The first time it got deleted, so I might forget some of the things I said the first time. But we heard Curtis Samuel talk. We heard Chase Young talk. Now let's hear Cam Curl, who looks a little bit different. If I told you, who asked you who this was without saying the name, you probably wouldn't be able to say who it is. But this is Cam Curl, and I'll let you guys hear what he has to say.
Hey y'all, it's Cam Curl here at Commanders Media Day 2023. Hey y'all.
And there you go. So Cam Curl's got the fresh cut. Looks totally different, like a new man. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. This is a big year for him, a contract year. Even though it was a contract year, he showed up for OTAs and, didn't do the team drills, but did some of the individual drills and was just there with the guys. That's, he wanted to be with his guys, and that's great to hear. And he's, he had more of a reason to hold out because, look at this. Or if you think about it, he made what? Maybe a few $1 million over his career, over his first few years. 7th round pick, so makes a lot less money than someone like Chase Young. But he's there, and he's ready to get to work this year. And if he gets that contract extension before the season starts, that's great. If not, he's still going to ball out and get that money somewhere else or with us next year. And if an extension does happen, my guess is it's in it'll be in July, because with Jonathan Allen, Logan Thomas, it happened right before training camp started, which is late July. With Terry, it happened, I think, mid to late June. I think that's my guess. Maybe late June is when Terry got extended. So he's not going to be as much of a priority as Terry was. So I would say probably in July. Maybe they'll try to get it done before, training camp happens. But they have the ownership situation. So I don't know if the new ownership isn't in the office by then. Maybe it'll take a little bit longer and they'll wait until the season right before the season starts. Who knows? But Cam Curl should get extended. Sorry about that. He should be extended. He's a good safety. But them drafting Quan Martin, I wouldn't say it makes them not. It means he's not going to get re-signed, but it makes it a little bit less likely that Cam Curl gets re-signed. I wouldn't say that much more, but maybe like a 10%. Around 10% chance less that Cam Curl gets re-signed now than before they drafted Quan Martin. But I still think they should and probably will re-sign Cam Curl. Some other things I'm looking for the Commanders in minicamp is just Sam Howell over the 3 days, seeing how he looks day 1, day 2, and day 3, and just that consistency, because we've only seen the media's only seen him one day of the last 2 weeks, once a week. So excited to see what he can do over 3 days. And I'm excited to see some of the other guys that haven't been talked about a lot, like De'Ami Brown. Excited to see what he can do. Some of the linebackers, I don't know if Jamin Davis is coming back, but maybe someone like Cody Barton adjusting to a new scheme, and maybe like Khalid Hudson, Milo Eifler, and John Harris. See who's going to step up. And then Fedarian Mathis, how he's looking coming off that injury. Excited to see what he can do. And then on the offensive side of the ball, again, Cole Turner, see if he can, keep that up, keep the good play up. And then also Emmanuel Forbes and Quan Martin, your first 2 picks in this year's draft. Let's see how they look. I mean, Emmanuel Forbes looked good so far. Let's see how he looks against Terry and Jahan and Curtis again. And then let's see what, Quan Martin does, where he's lining up. And same thing with Emmanuel Forbes, where he's lining up, where Benjamin St. Juste is lining up. And Quan Martin and Kendall Fuller as well. I mean, that'll be some good insight to see, where they're playing once the season starts. And I want to see Jahan Dotson, man. Let's see how he looks. Year 2 for him. Had a solid first year. Could have done some better things, but also he played really well over some stretches. Like the first few games of the season, I feel like the last few, he played really well. Also missed 5 games, and they also were very run-heavy for 4 to 5 games in the middle of the season when he was playing, which definitely lowered his production and some of the other receivers as well. So he had around under 600 yards last year. I think no less than 900 yards for Jahan this year. But I think a successful season for him is over 1,000 yards. My prediction is probably he'll be on that 950 to 1050 range. And if he does that, if he gets you 1,000 yards and 7-8 touchdowns, because we know how much of a red zone threat he is, that's a successful season for him in year 2. And then in year 3, you can talk about him being possibly a Pro Bowl receiver. So if you can get 2 1,000-yard seasons, or 1,000-yard season from Terry, 1,000-yard season from Jahan, and then 800, 700-ish from Curtis, and then a decent amount from Diami, that's a successful season. And hopefully Terry has the best year of his career this year with the quarterback that can actually lead him and give him some more opportunities for yards after the catch. So I think that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you'd hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new. And again, we'll have these, mini camp videos the next few days. Peace, guys.